It's a quick countdown.
There we are.
Hello, everybody.
Konnichiwa.
Hi.
Hello.
This is Board Boosters. Let me
This is
get
us.
some sick tunes going.
Oh, I got a
Slay.
3-stream streak.
I also
Same.
had a 3-stream streak. That's crazy.
What are the chances of that?
It's practically unheard of. Oh, and like a
All right.
Candy corn.
Welcome in, folks.
candy corn.
That's so sick. I need that. You know what? At first, I thought the burning guy emotes were good, but that candy corn emote's pretty sweet.
I have no idea where I got it from. I just opened up the emote thing and then clicked on it.
Nice.
There we go.
At first, I thought it was like a Zarek emote where it was like Zarek streaking or something. It's just like a candy corn. I'm like, all right.
Usually, when I streak in a channel, I do like in Zeros, I always do the one where Zero's face is going down, or
No.
I do like a face where it's like, oh no, I have a stream streak.
Of course.
Right.
And the streamer is always like, why would you be upset about that? Like it's always so like it's always a moment of pause for them, and that's exactly what I'm going for.
Love that.
All right. Hi, everyone. This is this is our post-mortem discussion of Chikyuu Kaihou Gun ZAS. And that's the first time I said that without stalling in between any of the words to remember what the title
Congratulations.
Yeah. And
Yeah, good job.
if you don't know what Zero Counts is talking about, this is Chikyuu Kaihou Gun ZAS.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
That's right.
Yeah. It's for-
Or if you want to be really cool, just call it ZAS.
ZAS.
Or if you want cooler, Earth Liberation Gun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Earth Liberation.
There we go.
Yeah.
Liberation Army.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have on today to the show Uchi, longtime board booster, I think right from the beginning board booster, who
Yes.
was also the person
The
who
Pogey
submitted
days.
Yeah, OG. Also the person who submitted this game to for the wheel to be spun, and I guess should we chat just quickly about the game itself, where
We
it comes
absolutely
from,
should.
when it's from, that sort of thing. Okay. Who would like to take that?
Yes.
Uchi. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So people can pop in with it if I miss anything. But no, this is a vertical spaceship shooter. Some people call them shmups. For the Gameboy, released in I think 1992, exclusively in Japan, and it's a fairly straightforward shooter. You have you have a regular shot, and then you have two options that can extend from the center of your ship to sit on the sides, or you can concentrate all the shots from the center by pulling the options inward. There's 5 stages, each with mid-bosses and final bosses, and it's a pretty quick romp, but has 3 different difficulty levels, which ramp up the amount of hits that things take, and in some cases the obstacles that you have to plow through. But it was suggested by Uchi, and we all had a lot of fun with it. I think that's fair to say.
Great game.
Uchi, what made you want to suggest Chikyuu Kaihou Gun ZAS?
This was a game that had been suggested for quite some time by some viewers in my chat on my channel, and also just through assorted recommended Game Boy games on YouTube videos. And it was one that just consistently popped up, and it was more so for demonstrating what the Game Boy could do. So we're talking about the Game Boy in its original form, its DMG engine, which had a lot of limitations. But I think that was part of the challenge that publishers and companies wanted to embrace. Just how can we get games to run efficiently and try to be as full as possible on the Game Boy. So you have graphics limitations, you have sound limitations, but yeah, composers and developers found creative ways of being able to get around these. And Chikyuu Kaihou ZAS, I think, is one of the best games that demonstrates this beautifully, especially visually, taking advantage of the layering system with graphics. So usually in Game Boy games, you could have things that would fade out at different levels and so forth. And this is something that you may notice these days in emulation, especially emulation that doesn't do what's described as frame blending as much. So what essentially Chikyuu Kaihou ZAS does, what T&E Soft did with this game, was be able to utilize these different layers to be able to create essentially what appears to be a three-dimensional environment with different stages, and still being able to do it adequately, where you could navigate a stage and identify what would be something solid and what would be something superficial that you could that would just float by you in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the visual
technicality in this game was quite impressive. I was very surprised.
Yeah, love the details in the backgrounds, and even like the foreground and everything like that. Like, it all looks super good, super detailed, and I love little touches. Like even the first stage, you see like a lot of cool stuff, like kind of backdrops. You see like a cool like a shooting star go by, like kind of near the end. It all looks like really slick, and yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't really think about it when you mentioned like the being able to like know like what you're going to collide with, and I didn't even think about it because it just is so successful at that. You can just
it was just intuitive.
There's something that's like going to that's going to kill me if I touch it. I never had a problem with that, despite the fact that it's a Game Boy game with such limited graphical capabilities. I didn't even think about it. So that's a good point.
And just in another way of looking at it as well, is this was a system where, like, a lot of time the display looked like essentially different shades of green, and the limitations were such that even big, like industry standard players, like even in Nintendo, right? If you take the Mario games that they made for this system, if you look at Mario that was like on the NES or like other systems around that time, and then you look at Mario Land on the Game Boy, it looks kind of like a rudimentary facsimile. Like, it's like not really the way Mario as you understand it. Like, the blocks are not the same size as the character. It's like they really had to like make things work in the limitations of the system. But this game, it looks amazing. It looks good in its own right. Like, it's not just like for the Game Boy it looks good. Like, it's actually like a pretty stunning use or build within the limitations. So it's just really well done graphically, and then the music is really like great on top of that, which is also difficult for the same reasons, right? For the
that's what's playing in the background right now, by the way, for our viewers. Something I want to mention about the graphics, it's from a speedrun standpoint as well, which is really impressive. Normally with games like this, you're trying to, especially on the Game Boy, you're trying to like reduce lag because a number of sprites that come up on the screen can sometimes produce a significant amount of lag, and that is a thing in this run. Don't get me wrong; it's one of the main aspects of some of the higher level time saves. But the reason why I don't think it's like, as far as like being a boost game and like diving into this game right away, that you don't have to worry about it right away, is because there's not a lot of slowdown in this game.
It's very minimal. It is very minimal.
Despite the fact that like it's pushing the console to its limits. I mean, there's maybe like just naturally, like there's maybe one or two spots that you really see noticeable lag in the game, and like it's gone in a flash. Like, it's very well done, and it doesn't mean there's not a lot on the screen, because there are lots of parts in this game where it's genuinely difficult to avoid getting hit, but you don't see it in the slowdown at all.
Yep.
And aside from the gameplay and from the graphics and the music, you can have those two great elements that present a wonderful product. The gameplay itself is I'd describe it as very replayable. You're willing to jump back in and have another go. So whether you're doing it from a speedrun perspective of like, hey, okay, I want to try to optimize these sections where the screen's static, just I want to optimize that a bit further, or okay, let's test ourselves on the next level of difficulty, and just and then figuring out from there with your next level of difficulties of how you may need to redefine or just redefine your gameplay, or come up with a new strategy, or be prepared to alternate with a strategy on the fly in different sections.
Yeah. Yeah, one of the things when I did like runs of this, or like one of the things I mentioned was like I wish that I had this game on my Game Boy when I was a kid, because I was like I said it on stream. I was like I would have just played this game over and over. Yeah, it's super addictive to play because it feels good, sounds great, looks great. Like it's got all the elements that make it like just something that you want to come back to.
When I was a kid, I would play shmup games, and I enjoyed them. I thought they were fun games, but I often felt that there would be, you'd get it through a level maybe, or you wouldn't even get through the first level, and there would be just a part where it just felt really unfair, right? Like, like bullet hell, and not knowing how to maneuver, and the only way you could really progress is if you had already played the game 1,000 times. Like that was the prerequisite to be able to continue through the game. And this game on easy is simply not that, right? It's, there are things flying around the screen, and it's, you have more luck with it if you've played it before. But if you're good enough and you're quick, you can navigate most of it without having to have like a big background in this type of game, or having played this game over and over again. So if you go up to the higher levels, then it is like the normal and hard are genuinely more difficult, and they're more akin to a game where you would have had to play it a bunch of times to win, right? So easy actually feels like a genuine, like, okay, this is the easy version. And I really appreciate that coming to it, both from as a speedrun, but also because it's more fun to play for me as someone who's not like super invested in this type of game, but still really enjoys it. Yeah.
Yep. Something that I wanted to bring up, and it was something I thought of when Zarek mentioned Mario Land specifically. And something that I've always found with like Game Boy games is they sometimes have a tough time nailing like sprite size. So, for example, Mario Land 1. Mario is like super tiny. It's very like pulled back, feels awkward. Mario Land 2, he feels like it's so zoomed in. He feels like gigantic, and like it's like, it's just like he's too big for the screen. Whereas like in this game, it feels like they like nailed, like there's no issue with that. They knew exactly, like, I don't know. It was just like, just super well made for the like screen space they had. It never felt like there was like an issue where it was like, oh, the sprite, exactly, sprite like size being like wonky. It felt like
proportions were good.
Yeah, it's super good.
That's actually a good place to put in a question for you, Uchi. Do you have a physical copy of this game, and have you played it on the original hardware?
No, I don't. But it's one I'll definitely keep an eye out for. I mean, I still have my original grey brick from when I was a kid, so I still have it. It still partially works. I'd have to probably take it apart to give it a proper clean out. I mean, it's actually not easy to take apart because you've got to have a specific screwdriver. It's the
security bit or something.
It's like I don't know. It's like a 3-pronged screwdriver or something.
Tri-wing?
A tri-wing, yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
Yeah, it is. So you have to fabricate something. You have to make something to be able to dismantle the Game Boy. But I'd tell you what, if I ever found it, I mean, that's one that, as we would say in Australia, would go straight to the pool room. So we'd keep that one handy. But it's interesting you mentioned Super Mario Land 2, because I do have that is a Japanese cartridge. Nice. Cartridge that I have.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite games as a kid.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, it's a great game, but it definitely is like the camera's like going all over the place because Mario's like, I'm going to take up half the screen.
To segue too much, but with Super Mario Land 1 and 2, there's a really good video that dives into the history of those couple of games. Actually, the 3 games, including Wario Land from the Game Boy. Right. And apparently there was meant to... Well, Super Mario Land 2 was meant to be something different, not compared to what we see today. Mm-hmm. So apparently there was a different design that was more akin to the first Super Mario Land game. So Super Mario Land 1, you're scrolling side to side, run right for righteousness. That's the way that game would work. But then the limitations were noted by Nintendo with Super Mario Land 2, and that they needed to create a character that was more distinct. So that's where they redefined, I guess, what we've just described as the scrolling screen to be able to make that work. And no doubt, I mean, T&E Soft, I don't know if there was any influence from that, or they just decided, like, hey, you know what, we're just going to do the scrolling screen aspect as well. But yeah, T&E Soft just had that down to a beautiful art with this game altogether.
Right. Yep. For sure.
There are a few random things about this game that I just want to chat about. There's no apropos of something we can talk about this. I just want to throw them out there, right? So one of them is just like a little thing about the title, that it's got that word gun in there. So it's Chikyuu Kaihou gun, and it's Earth Liberation Army. That gun, it's the same word as like Shogun. It's the same gun.
So
I thought that
just to be clear, it's actually pronounced gun. Gun.
Okay. My
pronunciation's off. God.
Yeah, there it is.
Get him out of here!
The second thing I wanted to mention is that the story, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I read a little bit of the story of the game when we were like in the month when we were boosting it. Is like humans live in on Mars or like a different planet, and then the robots take over Earth, but humans don't even live there anymore. But the Earthlings are like, well, fuck that, that's our planet. And so then you're sent back on the ship to kill all the robots.
Yeah.
And save Earth for humans just in case they want it, right?
Exactly.
Like, it's like kind of like a weird, like selfish storyline.
Do you want the translated prologue? Because that was something I completed translating the manual yesterday.
Yeah, let's hear
Right.
it. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the prologue, so in the year 20XX, they don't give us a specific year.
It's very
No
soon.
one
Humanity could be very soon, so get ready for bars. In the year 20XX, humanity abandoned the environmentally polluted Earth and migrated to Mars. They prayed that one day their descendants would be able to return to a naturally purified Earth in the distant future. However, one day the uninhabited Earth was invaded by super mechanical life forms called Muzzle from another celestial body. Muzzle then transformed Earth into an environment they could adapt to. Realizing this anomaly, the Earthlings formed the Earth Liberation Army ZAS to reclaim Earth and launch an attack to destroy Muzzle's Earth invasion forces. After dozens of battles, they continued to be defeated by the formidable attack power and mobility of the Muzzle forces. Finally, the ZAS Army's ultimate weapon, Marauder 1, which is our ship in this game, took off from Mars. And that's the prologue.
Okay.
Right.
So
That makes sense. Like the first stage is kind of like going through space, like going through satellite junk, and then you're getting to like factories and stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Mechanical fortresses.
I do have one more thing here, other than the selfish storyline, which is, as Zero, you said this earlier, the ship we have, it has 2 pods that come off to the side. We mentioned this earlier, how it works, right? So if they're together, you can fire 4 shots or like whatever shots together. And then you have the option to have these pods move away from the ship, and then you fire a wider spread of shots. And something that happened throughout, so in the menu for the game, it says there's a button, so you can switch which button does what, because the Game Boy only has the 2 function buttons and the D-pad, right? And you can switch which one is the fire button and which one gives you the option to move the pods out. That's how I read that. And I think the first person to start referring to the pods themselves as options was Mike Speedy Adventures, right? Who has the world record, amazing board booster, right? And then other people started sometimes referring to these pods as options. But Mike speaks, I think his first language is German. I've never spoken to Mike like verbally, but I think his account, it says on SRC is in Germany, and I think he maybe just started referring to them because he didn't know what options went. I don't know. I could ask him. I could send him a message. But
It comes from
like in Gradius.
Are they called
So
the pods themselves? Are called options?
Yeah, in
They are- yeah,
Gradius, there's like so you like scroll through your power ups or whatever, and when you select the one that says option, you get like a little like a sphere that follows you around. It fires wherever you like. It kind of follows your exact pattern. And it fires like kind of behind you, so you can get up to like 4 options. So that's kind of where that
makes more
stems
sense.
from.
Okay,
It's a strange term, but it's kind of like stuck. I don't know if I feel like it originates from
Option's
Gradius. I'm not sure if it comes from
weird
some
word.
beforehand.
It is a strange word to use for that, but
Maybe,
that's,
maybe
yeah,
it's
that's what they
like
call them.
opt ion, like operational ion cannon or something.
Maybe.
I just
The
assumed that
lore.
there was a mistranslation somewhere in this stream of reading this, right? But I didn't know the Gradius thing, so that adds a lot.
I've never played Gradius myself.
But in the manual they are referred to as options as well. And,
okay.
Yeah,
Really?
And yeah, and
So weird.
yeah,
It's a strange-
and,
yeah,
and,
strange
yeah,
term.
and if you look further in the manual at page 10 and 11, they discuss further about how the options function as you level up your weapons.
Well, interesting, because I don't remember when Gradius came out, but it was around the same time. I think.
80.
It's early 90s.
86.
Was it? Oh, really?
Late
80s?
80s?
Yeah, it was early.
Option.
Option, yeah.
85.
85, okay.
But
I'm just looking over now here.
ancient.
Fascinating. Okay, well, that's still interesting. It's still weird
It is weird.
that,
Yeah,
that we're using this word options in this way, but I guess
yeah.
it has way more backstory than that.
yeah.
Does this word option directly translate to our meaning of the word option?
Yes, it does.
That's
Yes.
so bizarre. Why is it called that?
Yeah.
So
I'm not
we're-
saying it's aliens, but
I don't know if anyone. So those are the weird things I wanted to bring up. I don't know if anyone has anything else that they wanted to mention before we watch the speedrun. But they're just when we're doing it. There's a couple. We're not gonna. It's just gonna be so quick on the screens. But there's a couple enemies that are really fucking annoying. That I just want to mention because we're not gonna have enough time when we're watching. It's gonna blow up right away. There's an enemy that like. It's a face with hands.
face and hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and when you put the options into the ship, right? The hands
Yeah,
of the
it's like-
face go close. Yeah,
Yeah.
and when you put the
Yeah.
options out, the hands go out. That
I
guy's
got
super
smacked.
annoying,
It's
right?
a perfect example of like the speed
There was a
aspects of the
time-
game, where like
Yeah.
There was a time
you could
before I
just melt
realized
it.
that.
Yeah.
There was a time before I realized that I would have my bits in when he came on screen, and then I would take them out when he was on screen, and he just smack him.
Yeah.
Just like smack. Like, I'm like, oh dang, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that because when we're watching, it's going to go by too quick. But yeah,
Oh, there are going to be some things we probably won't have enough time to be able to describe. But
Yeah,
but the one key thing, one key thing with higher difficulty levels is that the boss health does increase significantly, especially from normal and then going up to hard. So some of the strategies that we will see in the easy run won't be adaptable to the high levels of difficulty, but we might be able to touch on those along the way.
and that applies to the mid bosses as well, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, I will get this pulled up here.
Fire it up. Get it going. Do it.
Fireball.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. The face too. I like how he's just like, oh no, I'm gonna block your like. That's a cool like I don't know, cool little aspect of I don't know relate to that mechanic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like that mini boss in particular is like a major run killer for me.
Yeah.
So here's some of that beautiful, beautiful background stuff. Shout out again to Mike Speedy Adventures, whose run we're watching right now. Mike is an incredible speedrunner and a long-time board booster.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool or something.
And I remember Mike did like some testing with respect to like lag, having like the pods out versus in.
Yep.
And like it's like a small factor, but it's like probably adds up significantly throughout the whole game. So
Well, I mean, I played my heart out on this one. This is one of the boosts that I probably pursued the most. And Uchi and I think Uchi's run is like having part of a second faster than mine. but we tied at 14:25, and Mike was able to bring down like several seconds more, in large part due to that lag stuff, I think.
Yeah. I like these things are cool. Like obviously they're no threat here, but like on normal and hard they're longer, right? The bombs.
Yeah, longer. You can shoot them if you want and have them swing around. Well, here comes our first mini boss. So you want to be in as close as possible. Mike got a really quick kill on there.
So, Mike took a hit there as well, doing.
So he's lost his shield, which is not the end of the world. I mean, you can save a little bit of time. It's not a great deal, just that tiny bit of lag reduction by not having the shield floating around.
Right.
But that mini boss is
3 of the shields.
Right.
Yeah. But that mini boss can also throw out the ball and chains that we navigated to get to that boss.
And so something that I think we should mention, I guess, is like it's not really, you don't really mash in this game, right? Like it's like holding the button is just as effective, except for in certain situations. Is that right?
In the early stages, mashing I found was ineffective. It wasn't until Linkarius came to one of my streams and mentioned about mashing, I thought, no, that can't be right. And then with power-ups, discovered that, it did become a thing. This boss is really interesting. That this is a white hat strategy from his previous world record, where you're inside the turrets of this ship. And you're just shooting him in the eyeball. Some of the projectiles can, I don't know why, they can float inside the rails.
Yeah,
so but that's a strategy. Random. But that is a strategy that is viable for all levels of difficulty.
It is much harder on hard, but yes. It is.
Oh, it is much more difficult on hard. Yeah, you have to. But the good thing is the movement is predictable from the boss. It is in a set pattern.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if, like, for that boss, if he would, like, on the higher difficulties, if, like, you fire more, like, in... Because it's random, like, what directions he, like, fires those, like, blocks or something, right? So I wasn't sure if they would...
I think it's just fast projectiles. Yeah, fast projectiles, and just, greater health pool to work your way through.
It's a cool boss. I love how it comes out and...
One of the things that we're seeing a little bit on screen in the early part of this level is the options can go through stuff and go inside enemies, go through walls, and there's a lot of utility to, like, putting it inside of something or like having it on the other side of a wall that you used to shoot, which is it doesn't characterize the whole run, but it's an interesting part of when it does show up.
It's a great little bit of movement that's quicker. So just before we get to the mini boss, it's a great bit of movement that Mike's doing just to try to advance and get towards the top of the screen, just to deal with with enemies as soon as possible. So again, it's a little bit of lag reduction that helps, but also just management of enemies as you go along. This is the mini boss that throws out tiles. I mean, it's really, really quick. I mean, how he gets the kill. So again, just close range.
I don't think I could ever get that fight that quickly. The mashing there was something I don't think I could totally master, but
I never implemented mashing myself, but I can see it would be effective.
That boss, I don't think you had to mash as much on that boss. With the options in, you don't have to mash. But options out, and definitely getting to your third stage of gun, you would need to mash a bit further. But yeah, that boss, again, travels around in a fixed pattern, high difficulty levels, high health pool, throws out a lot more tiles as you advance through the levels. And now we're coming up to the end of stage boss. Again, tiles seem to be the feature.
Yeah, the strategy did evolve with this boss throughout the run. Because like at one point we were hanging out on the side and then moving in, and then but to get it just really quickly here, you sort of move in right in front of it as it's coming out and start firing, even before you see the tentacles come out. So it was, like
and that's exceptional positioning that Mike found as well, to be able to get around the tiles, shoot as close as possible because it's quicker. I mean, just quicker reload time, and then found the sweet spot to move back to and then move back in. So it's a really impressive kill.
Yeah, I didn't realize you could get shots in on the head before the the tentacles came out. So I wasn't hitting it that little bit beforehand, which obviously makes a big difference when they go down so quickly in this game.
Yeah. Usually the purpose of usually the purpose of the tentacles on that boss is to clear out the tiles that they've thrown out.
Right.
So that way you've got clear space again to try to shoot the boss when it pops its head out.
Right.
Yeah. I implemented that boss a little bit safer, where I didn't lose my shields, but I was still able to get 1 cycles, but it was just slightly slower.
I love these like these wavy effect on these like clouds looks like awesome.
Yeah.
Something the shields you can stack like 3 of them or something, right? Or is it 2 or 3?
Yes. Yep. Up to
Right.
3.
Yeah, it's pretty handy for when you just want to face tank a boss. It's very useful.
This is the hand boss we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
He
And
gets
this
so
is
fast.
it's very good position. You can only do that positioning on easy mode. I tried doing that on normal mode, and because of the health pool, you're not able to.
Okay.
On
this section
on hard,
yeah,
yeah. Go ahead. I was just gonna say on hard how fast this goes.
This is not easy to do on fast because the rings spin faster, but Mike's gone for the optimization of picking up all the 1,000 points. So it's only, I think it's only maybe up to half a second faster. He's still got the shields on though, which again could be a small optimization that you could make along the way.
Right.
If people were looking at really grinding out this game.
Yeah. And
But
he's
that'd
also
be scary.
like clearly
it's scary to do at high levels.
Yeah, and he's also clearly like just shooting like here and there, you know? Like when I was playing, I'm just like hammering on the shoot button. But he's clearly just shooting like where he needs to make sure that there's not as much lag introduced by gunshots.
Now,
So.
do we know?
Yeah,
Do we know what the maximum number of sprites on the screen? I mean, we can talk about the boss, and I'll go into that.
I don't know.
This boss frustrated me a lot because I felt like if you're not leading enough, these things can take you out pretty quickly and kind of surprise you.
I feel like it's one of the few
That's-
parts of the game where there's some real randomness.
yeah.
That
was a
very
really good
frustrating.
spawn for Mike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, do we know what the like maximum number of sprites on the screen? Because it seems like there's some instances where Mike is like shooting the enemies and leaving a certain number, almost as if like, okay, I don't have to take out those because, you know, maybe I don't know if there's actually that much thought going into it, or if
I don't know if we ever calculated what the sprite limit would have been for this game. But
I didn't do any science this time around.
One thing to mention about higher difficulty levels is the missiles you see getting shot at here by the horse heads, which doesn't make any sense. But the missiles, they get shot out by a few different things. On higher difficulties, they chase you around the screen, right? They don't just sort of like mindlessly fly down to the bottom of the screen and go away. You really have to kill them, or
no,
they'll like run
they
away
really
for a
bend.
while.
Yeah, they'll bend around and chase you. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, essentially this is the ruin stage. We're up to the mini boss. So again, wide turrets to be able to deal with this. Staying in as close as possible. The crescent projectiles that get fired out, they're similar to the missiles. Just I like to refer to them as boomerang shots. They bend around and will chase after you.
Right.
A little interesting thing about these creepy crawlies on the side of the stage, they only progress to become a butterfly if they reach the bottom of a section.
Yeah.
So if you're able to shoot them before they get to the bottom, they can't progress. But as soon as they reach the bottom, they become they can't be damaged and progress to their butterfly state.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw one of them pupate, I was like, oh, that's cool. That's a neat little like detail.
Yes, this is Mike Speedy Adventures run that we're watching right now. Yeah.
This is a worm boss. I was like, I remember it took me a while to kind of suss out exactly when you can start damaging it. I think you can
so
start
it's
hurting it
around
as
about
it's
here?
going like kind of up on the left side,
Yep.
like there. Yeah. Nice,
And only attacking the head. It's the only thing you can take out there.
Yeah, I tried a lot to, like in my runs, I tried to get him before he went up that right side, and then I just wasn't able to clutch it out. But I knew that it could be done because I had done it a couple times before. But yeah, it's like definitely not super obvious when he becomes damageable, which is like fun. It's a cool boss though, I like it.
Oh, this stage is amazing. The ancient ruins, just the fact that you can choose which way to go at the beginning, and then just making sure that you're central at the end. Now with this boss, Mike found that if you're up real close, he's got a little bit of... Yeah, there it is. He's got that little bit of overlap on the claws, which is not easy to do. You can get a head start damaging the boss, and that's why he gets such a quick kill on that boss.
Yeah.
So he actually avoids a mechanic where the boss... Actually, no, I think it happened... No, it just happened really quick there at the beginning of the fight.
It happened fast, yeah.
Yeah, where your options get gummed up. So what you need to do is you need to open out the options so then you can only fire from the ship, but you can remove the gunk from the options by having to make contact with the boss's arms. And then once that happens, you can close in, fire all 7 shots by this stage from your turrets.
Yeah.
Right.
At the beginning of the boost, Uchi made a video about like how to run the game, like pretty detailed, going through different stages. And I watched like bits and pieces of it, and then I went to go speedrun it, and figured out that you could take the gunk off of those things by making contact with the boss. And I was super stoked. I was like, "Does anyone know about this? This is super cool." And it was in Uchi's video. Yeah.
So this stage has 2 mini bosses. Here's the first one, 4 heads that come through. Mike's got that's exceptional positioning. Oh man, that's a really quick kill. But actually, one thing we'll quickly mention, though, you probably noticed that there are little different sections that form these mazes that drop down the stage. On easy difficulty, it's the only level of difficulty where they will not become solid until they are set in position. So you can be flying ahead, and essentially they fly through you. But on normal and hard difficulty, you're not allowed to do that because they are solid the whole way through. So it's a nice little touch from T&E Soft to
that's a cool change
to demonstrate the change of difficulty.
Really like this.
The positioning right here is very precise. So where Mike keeps the ship. He keeps the ship just outside of getting
and misses a cycle of projectiles. He did take a double hit there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he did take a double hit.
There's a little bit of time, to be had there. So get on it, boosters.
Yeah,
and this is where it gets
go ahead.
Sorry, this is where it gets really precarious now because he doesn't have any shields.
Yeah,
shields would be lag. He doesn't need shields where he's going.
I didn't notice how close that bar was to hitting him there. Wow.
Yeah,
shields.
I always go on the left side on this sequence because it's like a little safer, I think.
The fact that those bars are solid when they fly in on the higher difficulties is very jarring if you've played this a lot on easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's such a good change though. Like it's like how they can. It's an easy way for them to fundamentally change.
It is
how it works. It's like
God, that was scary.
we really brought the time down on this last boss. Like being able to kill this first section that flies in right away, before it's even fully on screen, is really cool.
So that's a mash right there at the beginning, and then with this boss, oh man, he really goes for it here. You're not supposed to be able to do that, but anyway, he does it. So I think he was that excited he missed stopping the.
Yeah.
Did he miss stopping the time?
Yeah, he did.
Right.
Anyway,
14, 18 or something like that.
Yeah. So usually with that final boss, the idea is that you need to take out both of them in a short amount of time between each other. You can't just gun down one and then switch to the other one, because if one's gunned down, the other one will try to resurrect it, and they'll resurrect it to a low pool of health. So the idea is you try to maybe distribute a bit of damage. I mean, on easy mode, as Mike showed, you could ram down one side and then quickly get to the other one. You have enough time to be able to do that. But normal and hard mode, you probably want to spread a bit of damage and then go from one side to the other. And there's a lot of projectiles that fly across the screen in that final boss as well. You've got your regular round projectiles, but then you've got these little triangles that make 2 lines of movement. So they'll make a single line of movement, and then once they reach a stopping point, they'll make a beeline for the position of your ship.
Right. I remember finding out that because I'd played through the game a couple times. I killed that boss without it resurrecting, so I was like, whatever. And then on my 4th or 5th time, the one of the skeletons, or the one guy brought the other one back. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it was like, so it threw me for a huge loop. But it was cool.
So yes, that was Mike's Speedy Adventures, beating the game. That's a world record run. Incredible. Yep. He's just really good at video games. I don't know what else to say other than that. Like, the guy's insane. It's crazy.
Yeah, lots of dedication and lots of skill there for sure. So that brought the world record. We brought the world record down like 35 seconds basically, which
is a lot for a 15-minute run.
Yeah, 15-minute like straightforward like shmup too. Like that's pretty good. Like amount of optimization for something like that. So that's good stuff.
All right,
cool game. Like it. Good pick.
Really good pick. Really good pick.
It's right up there with Quartet for me. I really like Quartet. I really like this. Thought they were both a blast. So,
yeah, this is probably one of my favorite boosts we've done.
Okay, do we want to get to it?
It?
Oh, yeah, what it is.
It?
The wheel.
The wheel.
Okay.
What you've all been waiting for.
Before we go ahead and spin the wheel, maybe we can. There are some new folks around. Just describe the process a little bit. We have changed up recently as well. So every second month we do a board boost, right? So we have a month on and then month off. In the off month, we have this post-mortem of the previous month's runs, and we talk about the game. Then we spin a wheel of submissions from the community to figure out what our next game is going to be. Those submissions are submitted in the week before we have this call. And there's a game submissions channel in our Discord where you can go in and put in, there's a form you can fill out during that period, just throw up a game. More than one person can submit the same game, and so those get weighted more to be chosen. You'll see on the wheel how we're doing that. Is there anything else I should mention here about the game selection process?
No, I mean, I think...
it's very loud, Bug, whatever you just hit.
I don't know what that is.
Bug said.
Did he just tap something and it turned on? It was like a fan or something?
The system, I guess the suggestion process, we're looking for games that are under 10 to 20 runs, typically under a half hour is really what we're looking for. And honestly, if it doesn't have a board, that's even better. I mean, if it doesn't have a board and you think we can lab that run to be less than half hour, by all means, submit it. We've done multiple games in the past that have no speedrun boards, and it's a thrilling experience to take a game from no speedrun board to half a dozen people immediately. It's very cool.
This is in a bit of an aside, but I've been playing a lot of Diablo 2 because they had a new update to the game recently, and that's very loud again.
Oh, I don't know. But the neighbors are making a noise. So we have a house that's connected to them on one side, and they're using a floor buffer or something. I don't know.
They're gonna come.
That's some very loud vacuuming they're doing at that time.
Yeah. So fucking annoying.
Anyways, I've been chatting with this other streamer, rating each other kind of thing, talking about Diablo 2, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Zarek plays old games on their stream kind of thing," and then said something about, the other day I was thinking of this old game I used to play called Corridor 7 when I was a kid. I was like, really? You play that?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, do I have some news for you?
Yeah. Corridor 7,
you're just never heard of it,
being the first game that we did that had no speedrun board at all, no information.
We had to make it.
Yeah, we went into it, and we went into the game thinking it was going to be a half-hour run, maybe. We got it down to 8 minutes?
7 minutes.
It's wild.
I guess it was 8, and then it went down to 7 afterwards when AM4 AH or whatever came and
it ended up being sub 6:30, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I think it's.
We can take a look here.
Maybe.
It was
very sure. I'm very sure Dreamworld Pogi got down to sub 6:30 in.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about Corridor.
Corridor 7. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought you were referring back to Dreamworld Pogi, but no, Corridor 7. They came down a long way, and then even further since the boost.
Down to 741 now, which is wild.
Crazy.
Okay,
so, let's spin the wheel.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
The last thing on that, I guess, is so if you're new and all that's new information to you, that's great. Please submit games. We want you to submit your game.
Yeah.
If you have a weird old game you love, submit it and we'll play it. We're very excited to do that.
Yeah. Submissions are only open just before the Post-Mortem during that week before. And next month, what was submitted this month, 2 months from now, I guess, what was submitted this month will be dropped. So if you submitted something this month and you want it to be played, submit it next time. You know,
No penalty.
Keep submitting.
So I'll bring up the wheel here. Zarek kind of mentioned it earlier, but for those who've seen the wheel before, it's a little bit different this time. Rather than put the names of the people who suggested them, we have just the names of the games on here. So if a game was suggested multiple times by multiple people, it gets multiple pie pieces on the wheel here. So
They're not there right now. Oh, they know it is. Oh, it is. It's just the colors are different. Sorry, I was confused.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I do see 2 Arcus Odysseys.
Yep.
Sports,
Three
Where's the
sports.
bankrupt space?
Where's the
Where's the bankrupt?
Yeah.
So we'll here's the list here. If those want to see it, and we'll shuffle it up and give her a spin.
Shuffle.
I saw a streamer
All right,
who does a wheel, but their wheel is like it's like modified to have their logo in the middle, and it's like all their colors.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we should get a special wheel.
All right, chat. Get the word rigged in the chamber.
Yeah,
Let's
yep.
go.
All right.
Get your leaf blowers out.
Get your leaf blowers.
3, 2, 1.
Floor buffers. Let's see it. Otto's already calling rigged. Well,
Yeah, Castlevania Prelude of Chaos. This was
This is our
suggested by
first-
Beat Zero, longtime board booster. Beat Zero.
this is our first itch.io game, right?
So it is available on itch.io. This game has a really interesting history, actually. So I'll go back to cameras here. Well, I'll keep it up so people can see what got selected. But Castlevania Prelude to Chaos was, I believe, originally developed for a calculator.
That's correct.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
That's
was.
so
It was the TI. It's the TI-81.
At the TA-81. Yep. So if you remember,
I have one of those.
If any of you remember, any of you in your 20s or 30s remember, I believe it was the TI-86, TI-81, TI-86, all those TI-80s, playing games on those during school. I definitely remember doing that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely,
Castlevania Prelude to Chaos was a pretty substantial Castlevania homebrew game that was developed on, I think, the TI-81, and has since gotten an itch.io port of the game that you can play. The run itself is around 10 minutes is the world record, and that's
Beat
held
Zero
by
is the
Beat
only
Zero.
person on the board.
Yep, it's the only person on the board is Beat Zero. So we always love it when people suggest games that they are the world record holder for. It's like, come at me, take down my record.
Do it, you won't.
And I'm very sure it has been developed for this game, which on the TI-81 calculator.
Really?
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. All right, so I should give somebody some kind of reward if they submit a video of them playing it on a TI-81 calculator. I will pull up the speedrun.com page for this and share it so people can take a look. But, this is an interesting one. It's actually been suggested for quite a while. Beat Zero's been bringing it to the list, so I'm glad it got picked.
Fascinating. So, am I incorrect in saying that this is just free off of itch?
I believe so. Should be.
Yes,
it
okay.
is.
Yeah, it's a free download. You can go download
no
it right now.
barrier to entry. We love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating. Okay.
And it's a different Belmont this time around. So, being a fan-made game, so the game has you play as Alexis Belmont. The next in line, the Belmont clan to use the family whip and take down Dracula and his minions once again.
Let's go.
There it is. There's a Prelude of
Think
Chaos.
they're done.
Yeah, so it does. Yeah, it plays on its own. I
Look at that.
don't know if I don't think there's any emulation for it.
Can you imagine having
Although,
like a
well,
TI-83
although if it's
emulator?
well, actually, although there must be some sort of emulation through BizHawk because that's the only way you'd be able to get that on
For some reason, it doesn't want to
onto
play
Taz
for me,
videos.
Oh, well.
yeah, so it's like it's built-in emulator into the downloader, maybe.
Yeah.
But actually, it's interesting that VayneX mentioned CV2 hard farming. So Prelude of Chaos is built in a similar manner to CV2 Simon's Quest. So it's the similar aspect of going to different towns.
That's cool.
Cool. I'm excited.
Should be
Yeah,
good.
that's sweet. I think
I've never
Devin has
beaten a
been
Castlevania
suggesting
game,
this.
so this would be my first one.
There you go.
Nice.
I'm still tempted to do a Momodora run. That also looked like a fun game to play.
Yeah, there were a lot of very interesting games on the list that are suggested this time. Arcus Odyssey was one that looked very interesting. A little top down. Was it when it's diagonal? You know,
Isometric.
isometric. Yes.
Yeah.
Which is very cool. And those lovely farty Genesis soundtracks I love so much. But yeah, this one will be fun. Prelude to Chaos.
Yeah, someday
it's
Bubble
good.
Bobble Part 2 will win.
Someday.
I will say Beat Zero has been a board booster for a million years, so it's
And I
cool
think-
to see.
Yeah, and I think Beat
Since
has like
Bogey.
suggested this like since like really early. So
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
glad
This
to
has always
see
been a
it.
Halloween suggestion from Beat Zero.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
there we go.
It's good to see it finally get picked.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, that's a show,
Like it.
everybody. And I think it was
We
a
did it.
successful one.
We did it.
I want to
Yeah.
thank Uchi for joining us. I know sometimes
thanks,
it can
Uchi.
be
Thank you for
tough
having
to make a time work for this, so thank you very
Yeah.
much for working with us and coming and chat with us about Chikyuu Kaihou Gun ZAS.
Yeah, and thanks again for picking it. It was a really cool one to play through. Really enjoyed it.
Absolute pleasure. I'm glad everyone enjoyed it. That's the main thing. It's as I've said before, it's a game I'd love to see everyone try, and
Right.
I think there's been a lot of positive feedback for it. So I'm glad everyone's enjoyed it.
It was very fun.
Yeah. All right. Everybody, if you are not a member of if you're in the chat and you're like, what on earth is this? What are you talking about here?
Run,
should
just
join
run
the
away right now.
run while you still can. No, you can click that link and then join our Discord server. It's a fresh link. I threw it in there right before the show, so it should work.
Smells fresh.
If you want to see what we're about before you hop into that Discord server, you can check out our website, boardboosters.com. You can see all of our past boosts, what we're all about, and there's a link for the Discord in there as well as our social media pages and whatnot. So, all right. Anybody else want to say anything else before we let
That's all I
people
got.
go and run Prelude to Chaos?
All good. All good.
Good.
Well, thank you, everybody, and we will see you
Thanks for
in
watching,
the Discord.
everyone. We will see you. Bye.